All right. Okay, all right. You should talk a little bit so we can get some levels going.
Hi, my name's Fist.
And what?
And, what's up?
And what? Okay, we're both echoing pretty bad.
What's up? We usually do.
I don't understand how this changes from week to week. Keep all the settings the same.
I don't know. We usually do. I wish Pat Crane was here, but he's at Blizzard HQ right now, having the best time ever.
I bet.
He's at Blizzard HQ right now, having the best time ever. Hey chat, how's it going? Are you guys having an awesome day like I am? It's been a good day. Except I've had something like stuck in my eye like all day, and it'll just like go away and then come back and bother me, and then go away and then come back and bother me. And I'm just like, I'm gonna scratch out my eye, because I feel like when shit like that happens, it's like my body's supposed to do something about it and it's not, which means it's probably mad at me for some reason. And it's like, oh my god, you can't just be mad at me without telling me why, because that doesn't solve anything. You're such a child.
How's the echo, guys?
Echo.
Echo?
Echo.
This is me testing some echoes. Testing echoes. Very, very quiet. As in very quiet.
Are you like correcting people's grammars?
Yeah. If you're gonna be in this chat, you gotta get it right.
Rude. That's rude.
Logic says 0 echo. Triad says sounds good.
Wow, really?
Volk says no echo, but we're a little low.
We can just talk louder though. Like that's not a problem.
Drew says super quiet.
Shit.
Drew, did you check your spelling on that? Because I was just criticizing someone else's. Because I'm not really gonna do that. That was just a joke. Okay, super low. So hold on, let me.
How's that? Did you guys hear that? Yeah, I don't know if you guys listen to the podcast have noticed, but like, I used to burp a lot in the podcast. Like sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. But for some reason, it felt like I was doing it too much, so I stopped altogether. I think I included one on this week's show, but that one was organic. I remember it tasted like mashed potatoes, because that is what I had eaten before I did the burp. But I don't know, it's just like, as funny as burps are and stuff, I imagine, not like anybody's told me, but I imagine like some of you might not like hearing people burp in your ear.
All right, hold on one sec.
No, not all burps are organic, because sometimes... Wait,
hold
maybe?
On one sec.
No, not all burps are organic, because sometimes...
Okay. Your video is delayed now. What the hell is going on here?
Maybe it's all the porn I'm downloading. Just kidding, I don't download porn. You stream it. We've covered this.
It's delayed in Skype for me too. I'm gonna call you right back.
Okay, bye. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, God.
Oh, Long Johnson.
Hello?
Okay, do a little talking.
Hello, I'm back. Yes, I agree. Burps are way better than hearing somebody chew. Ugh. But yeah, no, I think just because of like podcasts obviously are like completely audio, maybe people wouldn't like to hear me burping into their ears while they're like trying to go about their business. But on this show, I feel like it's okay. It's all right. Because then you've got like the comedic, you know. Speaking of, I know that I'm like completely washed out every time I go on camera, it's like partly because I'm super pale and also partly because my camera's shitty. But I don't know.
I,
How is it?
I think we might have like a Skype issue because you're delayed even if I'm just looking at the Skype input on my screen, just you in Skype, everything you're saying is like delayed. So of course it's delayed on the stream because that's the input here. I don't know how to fix Skype.
1, 2, 3, fix Skype. Is it fixed now? I just closed something.
It's a little closer. Super echo on me now. Crap. The echo is back now. I think it's just because I wasn't talking, guys. But it's just me. Man. This again.
You guys want to see my nuts?
Just echo on me. I don't. Crap. Yeah, no echo anymore? Suddenly?
Sweet. Let's just get the show started.
Echo's gone. All right.
All right,
Wait,
let's go.
that was probably because I just wasn't talking. I wasn't saying anything, so everybody's like, echo's gone. And now that I'm talking again, they're probably going to say the echo's back. Yep. And back. No echo now. Okay, anyway.
So we are 3 minutes late. So we'll go 3 minutes over. But this week we're going to be continuing our discussion of gaming relationships. And this week it's the juiciest of all. Well, maybe not the juiciest, but okay, what do you guys consider more juicy? Like sexy relationships? Or, okay, wait, no, I worded that wrong. What do you think is more juicy to hear about? Sexy relationships or like bad relationships? Like all the, nitty gritty stuff.
The nitty gritty?
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you asking the chat?
Mm-hmm. I'm not asking you.
Okay.
I'm
Are
here
you
for
officially
them.
starting now, or are you just stalling?
I'm stalling. Oh,
Okay.
I'm stalling my ass off.
Okay, well then let's start, because I don't know if I can fix anything else here.
Okay,
so.
well, whatever.
And we're
All
over
right.
time.
So, welcome everyone. We're working on getting some cool, like, starting the show graphics. But in the meantime, welcome to the LB stream. I'm Fist.
I'm Thorn.
Oh, I'm so glad you picked that up, because we did not rehearse that.
It's all the echo. I get to hear it coming from a mile away.
Oh, cool. That's probably good then.
Christ.
So if you don't know, we do the podcast Lagging Balls. That's strictly a podcast. This is a talk show stream that goes on here and YouTube. And this week we're talking about bad relationships in gaming because the Lagging Balls podcast is about most of the Blizzard games. In fact, all of them. Well, not all of them. Not StarCraft. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Close,
so,
though.
Yeah, that's close. So, first of all, I want to talk about why we tolerate bad relationships and unsavory type people in gaming and online, when it is so easy to just like basically delete that person and find someone else, especially if they're range DPS. Am I right? Oh, I'm range DPS though.
So you're allowed to talk about them?
No, that actually really hurt. Okay. So why do we do it? And like, okay, so what constitutes like a bad relationship? Like, is this person, one of those types who just gets like tilt like that? It's like,
yeah.
The match didn't go their way, and it was either their own fault, so they're mad at themselves, or they're mad at everyone else, or they're mad that they didn't win. That's the worst, when like people get so mad that they don't win, but it's really just because the other team was better,
Yeah.
It's like you tried your best, like the match was okay, but they were just better, and then they get like insanely salt.
Right. And
like a garlic salt, not just sea salt, like that pink Himalayan shit.
That's the good shit.
That's
in this case the worst shit, I would think, right? Yeah.
It's like the premium shit. Like that stuff costs like $8. for just like a little thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
It's another good racket.
yeah. Do you think you could make that? Like just like a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of that like road salt, you know? Just
A little bit of your essence.
yeah,
Gotta put some essence in.
like squeeze it out of whatever orifice that you choose.
Essence of fist.
Yeah, I think my essence would probably come out of my face, and it would probably be greenish green.
Greenish green?
Yeah, like ish, greenish, out of my face.
Okay.
Because you know, like I've got like pores. I'm just thinking out loud, obviously. What were we saying?
The salt.
Right, salty.
From the...
So people get salty. But yeah. So what's chat saying? Cake Empress says, so even though they know the bully is a jerk, they'll let him get away out of fear. Yes. Sometimes people are afraid to stand up to a bully because they're afraid of becoming a target. That's true. So maybe, and like that's an interesting concept too, because if you feel like you're being bullied in a game, like I said, it's super easy to delete that person and find the next person, you know?
Yeah, but you were also saying why do we let that happen?
Right.
If it is that easy.
And then I started listing off. So maybe they're just super rude, maybe they're offensive, but the only thing I can really think of is what if this person is like an extremely good player? Because in a lot of situations online gaming, like that's what you want, you know, like you need the optimum team to have a good time. And I'm thinking of Overwatch when I'm talking. I should have mentioned that. But so let's say you have this amazing tanker heals. Or May. Sure, why not? Let's try not to think about May though, lest I burst into tears.
Okay.
Oh my god. Snowball.
Talk about relationships. Robot relationships that matter.
We should talk about like all of the robots.
Snowball lives matter.
They do. Right. Okay, so you've got this amazing heals or tank.
Okay.
And you've got this team and everyone else isn't as good as this person, and he's kind of carrying, but you know, not too badly. And you just get like so used to winning that it doesn't matter that he gets 2 tilt all the time. He's rude to you and to the rest of the team and to the opposite team. You know those people who do that? It's like even if you've won and everything's great and it's all fun, they have to say something.
Yep.
Like sometimes it's funny.
Still gotta criticize.
But like some of the time it's just like you really didn't have to say that. We won.
Yeah.
Like it just leave. It's fine. So maybe he's offensive, like, you know, the slurring, the maybe like he's slightly racist, you know? But he's just really, really good, and you always win because of this person. So, like, how big of a factor is that? Like, when do you say, you know, listen, I can't play with you anymore. Like, I love winning, and that's what I want to do in a game, obviously, but I can't do this anymore.
So wait, you're not talking about somebody that you got paired with in game or any of that sort of thing.
No.
You're talking about somebody you actually know.
Yeah, like this is a relationship.
Okay. So this is some friend who's got the issues you were describing, and okay, so in that case, you're talking about winning, right? Like that's a balance of
win, son of a bitch. What movie is that from?
Name it, chat. So in that case, there's winning tied up. There's a performance tied up in the relationship, right?
Yeah.
So that's a specific case, right? There's in that case, I think you are overvaluing, not necessarily overvaluing, you are valuing more highly the performance in the game and winning than the personality you're dealing with.
Okay.
So you, without maybe even realizing it, you're making a conscious choice to, you know, if this is the scale, then you're putting winning above fun, really.
Because but winning is fun.
Yeah, so the fun level that you get out of the winning with this person keeps this higher than the salt and the attitude. So sometimes that creeps closer. Sometimes maybe the salt and the attitude. Maybe if you're not winning as much, and then those are the times you're like, why am I friends with this person? You know?
Why am I friends with this person? And yes, it was the Breakfast Club. Well done, Winchester.
Nice.
But okay, so
Yeah. So that's in terms of Overwatch. I would imagine other PvP oriented games are similar, right? Because there's still the same levels of pressure.
sure.
I, I,
Like
I know a lot of Heroes of the Storm teams break up over exactly that.
yes.
Sometimes the teams are really, really good. They actually can sometimes even have a lot of professional synergy in terms of their performance and their skills. And sometimes they break up anyway. They can be on the top of the world and then break up anyway because they don't get along.
And it's interesting because like I've seen a lot of footage, like videos and articles about top streamers and esports players who are these toxic people, and
Yeah.
they can't contain themselves, and it gets them fired,
Yeah.
or their sponsorship takes off, or like Twitch like takes back their affiliate status. It's like no.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like you can be the best player ever, but if you're too tilt, too salt, too offensive, and you can't keep it inside, then are you even a good player?
Yeah.
Like some of the best PvP players I've ever known, they go into this like Zen state,
Yeah.
Like our friend Juden, she goes into the BG, and not only is she like topping the charts and killing people and getting all of the mechanics, but she's coaching all of us. She's like, oh, Thist, go over there and kill that guy. And Thorn, you stay here and defend this. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
And she'll tell us when like other people have their cooldowns up or down, and like she'll just like slowly and easily guide you through the BG to victory. And I don't know, like how, how? Because like the very nature of PvP is like you have to be, that episode of The Simpsons where it turns out Marge is afraid to fly,
Yeah.
and she's like, it's from like the TV's perspective and she's watching TV, but when you get to the side perspective, she's literally like sitting on nothing. Like she's so stressed and tense that she's not even sitting on the couch, like she's just sitting on nothing.
It's like stiff as a board.
Yeah. But it's like that, like you're just like you're on your guard, and obviously like that's where all of these like super high emotions come from, because like as a human on a daily regular basis, how often are you so hyper aware and angry and thrown into a group of people that you don't know that you suddenly have to rely on?
Yeah.
Like it's not something that you can like train yourself into, It's just like, oh, I spent all day dealing with a bunch of idiots and trying to make them do something that I need to have done. And also I might, get shot with a grappling hook at any moment. So
Funny you should mention that
I'm real tense. Why?
because I just added an image to the stream that is relevant.
Make it bigger. Put it over my face. Make it my face. Make it smaller. Put it on my face. I just stop moving. Put it, yeah. Make it my face.
Do you want it to be your actual
Yeah,
like,
make
face
it my
size?
face.
Right,
Make it my face. Welcome to the LBS where we fuck around. You guys laugh. As opposed to just listen.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
There's your 46 shots, one kill.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Widowmaker.
I am the queen of the salt.
The salt? Is that like real, actual Himalayan pink salt, or is it Essence of Fist face
Himalayan
green salt?
is not French like she is.
What flavor would that be? Like, it would be salty something, like salty face. Do faces have like a flavor?
I don't know, but I'm trying to move this around to match your movements.
Do you notice how like your hands taste different than the rest?
I'm taking this off of you. We
Okay.
can't cover your face. You're the reason people are here. So we can't
Oh. But people love Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Anyway, What the hell are we talking about? Right.
Well, the reason I put her up is because you were saying, you're trying to overcome the situation where you're dealing with somebody who's not doing their job. And so this is an example of somebody definitely not doing their job.
Yeah.
On Widow, you need to be killing people. And so this would be someone who would definitely they would bring the salt, they would cause the issue on the other person's end.
That is the worst when somebody hops on Widow and it's like, okay, yeah, we could perceivably use a Widowmaker. I hope that Widowmaker shoots people in the head from far away. And then that Widowmaker absolutely does not do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like, if she's not doing that, what is she doing?
And I think that's what causes, so from the person who might be problematic in this whole situation, the bad relationship person, that from their perspective, when you said sometimes it's because they're really good, right? That's a perfect example. They're thinking, if I was on Widow, I would be taking care of this. So we have a Widow, why aren't they taking care of this? And therefore, the salt levels increase. And then the attitude decreases, devolves into worse. And then, what's supposed to be this fun thing becomes this frustrating thing. So, I think back to the kind of the root of the issue here, it really comes down to what you're playing together and if you like the different things that you're valuing. So let's say if we could put them on a scale, right? Like there's a bunch of different, let's say it's like, those, like when you get to customize your character in a game, and you get like stamina and like, I don't know, aim and like whatever, all these different stats.
Girth.
There you go. Girth is a very important one.
I love that option that like takes the whole body and like
just makes it fat. Yeah, it's definitely the girth option.
Yeah, I like it just a little bit thick. Yeah. Or a lot thick.
You kind of like it a lot thick, I would say. But
what?
Yeah, so that's like you have your suggested or your levels in that. And those levels change sometimes. Like sometimes you find that the competition and the higher level that this person is maybe operating at is more worthwhile to keep around.
Right.
So anyway, I feel like we're kind of harping on the one scenario.
Like, this is just one piece of the pie. And there are many pieces in this pie.
Yeah. So why don't you give me an example from World of Warcraft? You don't have to name names, but like...
I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah. So how about a situation from Warcraft where there was a not great relationship?
I think with WoW, and just the way that WoW works, do you remember when they introduced like vote to kick in dungeons?
Yes.
Oh my gerb. Like, okay, I was in... What dungeon was it? What's that dungeon called? I'm sorry, it's not coming to me. The one where you have to like click the statue after each boss, and then it like rotates the animals, and it makes the bridge, and then there's all those bugged fish that would kill you on the way through.
I have no idea what that's called, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
But so we got to that point. This was way back before I was like good at playing WoW, because I spent a lot of years not being good at WoW at all. So I was on my hunter, obviously, and so we're on the bridge, and we're almost to the last boss. It's literally like there's the dude on the bridge, and then the two dudes on the rhinos, and then the last dude who impales you on his horn, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna stick you on the horn, and then I'll stick you on the horn." Sexy boss. So we're not even at the boss yet. So we're on the bridge. We are so close, and I get vote to kick. They kicked me. They're like, "Hunter, you're doing terrible DPS." And I'm like, "What's DPS?" And then they kicked me. And I was like...
Oh, that was the end of the dungeon, too.
I know. It was the end of the dungeon. Like, literally, like, 5 more minutes. They waited that long. And it was the first experience I had with vote to kick. So I just felt like I'd never felt that feeling before. I was just like, am I a bad player? I had no idea. What do I do?